For more than 40 years, the Royal Canadian Air Force has depended on its fleet of CF-18 Hornets to safeguard the nation's vast and often unforgiving airspace. These iconic jets have become a symbol of Canadian air power, patrolling everything from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and especially the remote, icy expanses of the North. First introduced in the early 1980s, the CF-18s were state-of-the-art at the time, but decades of service have taken their toll. Despite upgrades and dedicated crews, these aircraft are now operating well beyond what their designers ever imagined, and their age is showing in every mission. Maintenance has become a constant challenge. Costs are skyrocketing as technicians work tirelessly to keep the jets airworthy, often cannibalizing parts from retired planes. Finding replacement components is increasingly difficult, and the risk of critical failures grows with each passing year. The need for a modern replacement is no longer just a matter of efficiency, it's a matter of national security. Meanwhile, the global security landscape has shifted dramatically. Potential adversaries now deploy cutting-edge fighter jets and sophisticated air defense systems that far surpass the capabilities of the aging Hornet. The technological gap is widening, and Canada must keep pace to ensure its skies remain secure. Nowhere is this more critical than in the Canadian Arctic. This immense, remote region is not only rich in resources but also strategically vital. Patrolling these harsh, frozen expanses requires aircraft that are both reliable and advanced, able to operate in extreme conditions and respond rapidly to any threat. The Canadian government now faces a pivotal decision, one that will shape the country's defense posture and international alliances for generations. Choosing the right successor to the CF-18 is about more than just hardware. It's about ensuring Canada's sovereignty, fulfilling NATO commitments, and supporting the men and women who serve. As of February 2026, the competition has narrowed to two formidable contenders: the American-built F-35 Lightning II, renowned for its stealth and advanced technology, and the Swedish Saab Gripen EF, praised for its agility and cost-effectiveness. The choice between them will define the future of Canada's air defense for decades to come. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II stands as the pinnacle of modern fighter technology, representing decades of innovation and engineering excellence. Designed to meet the evolving demands of 21st-century warfare, the F-35 is more than just a fighter jet. It's a symbol of technological superiority and strategic power. Its advanced stealth design, combined with cutting-edge sensor fusion, allows the F-35 to evade enemy detection, penetrate contested airspace, and dominate the battlespace. The aircraft's low observable profile and sophisticated electronic warfare systems make it nearly invisible to radar, giving pilots a decisive edge in any conflict. Acting as a flying information hub, the F-35 collects, processes, and shares real-time data with allied forces, creating a unified picture of the battlefield. This networked capability provides unmatched situational awareness, enabling faster, smarter decision-making and coordinated action across air, land, and sea. For Canada, acquiring the F-35 means gaining a platform ready to counter the most advanced threats, including hypersonic missiles and next-generation air defenses. Its versatility ensures Canada can respond to both traditional and emerging challenges, safeguarding national security in an unpredictable world. Interoperability is key. The F-35 serves as the backbone of US and NATO air power, ensuring seamless integration with allied forces. Whether in joint exercises or real-world operations, the F-35 enables Canada to operate side by side with partners, sharing tactics, intelligence, and mission objectives. Canadian pilots would train, fly, and communicate on the same advanced networks as their American and NATO counterparts, building trust and expertise through shared experience. This common platform strengthens alliances and ensures rapid, coordinated responses to any threat. This guarantees the highest level of partnership for continental defense, reinforcing the NORAD alliance and enhancing the security of North America as a whole. Washington's message is clear. The F-35 cements Canada's place in the Western Security Alliance, ensuring the nation remains a vital, trusted partner in defending shared values and interests for decades to come. The F-35's power comes at a steep price. This is not just a fighter jet, but a symbol of technological ambition and military modernization. Its advanced stealth, sensors, and weapon systems promise to keep Canada at the forefront of aerial warfare, but these benefits come with significant financial and strategic challenges. Canada's planned purchase of 88 jets is projected at $27.7 billion, and that figure only covers the initial acquisition. The true cost will be much higher when factoring in decades of maintenance, upgrades, and operational expenses, potentially doubling or even tripling the original estimate over the aircraft's lifespan. Each flight hour can cost up to $50,000, a staggering sum that will strain the defense budget for years to come. Routine training, patrols, and deployments quickly add up, making the F-35 one of the most expensive aircraft to operate in the world. Reliability remains a concern, with mission readiness rates often below 60%. This means that, at any given time, a significant portion of the fleet could be grounded for repairs or awaiting parts, reducing the number of jets available for missions and training. The F-35 also requires new, secure infrastructure and digital networks, adding to upfront costs. Specialized hangars, advanced cybersecurity systems, and dedicated maintenance facilities must be built or upgraded to support the fleet's unique needs. All major upgrades and maintenance are controlled by the US, limiting Canada's sovereignty over its fleet. Software updates, spare parts, and even some repairs require American approval, making Canada dependent on a foreign partner for critical aspects of its air defense. Dependence on American supply chains and permissions could delay critical updates or ground jets during times of tension, raising concerns about operational independence and national security. For some, this lack of control is a major strategic drawback. Critics argue that Canada's ability to respond quickly to emerging threats could be compromised if access to parts or software is restricted. The F-35 offers unmatched capability and advanced technology, but these come at the cost of autonomy and financial flexibility. For Canada, the decision to invest in the F-35 is as much about national priorities and long-term strategy as it is about military hardware. The Saab Gripen EF offers a pragmatic, cost-effective alternative. Designed for efficiency and reliability, it features advanced radar, electronic warfare systems, and compatibility with NATO weaponry. The Gripen's operational costs are a fraction of the F-35's, allowing more frequent patrols and training. Built for harsh northern climates, it can operate from short, improvised runways with minimal support. Saab's proposal includes full technology transfer, giving Canada control over upgrades and maintenance. This sovereignty allows Canada to tailor the fleet to its needs without foreign approval. The Gripen promises affordability, ruggedness, and national control, key advantages for Canada's unique geography. Saab's offer goes beyond aircraft. It's a comprehensive industrial partnership. The company promises to assemble most Gripens in Canada, creating thousands of skilled jobs and a domestic aerospace hub. A Canadian Gripen center would handle production, upgrades, and even exports, generating long-term economic benefits. Full technology transfer means Canadian engineers would have access to source code and intellectual property, fostering innovation. This would empower Canadian industry to lead in aerospace, not just assemble parts. Saab also includes 6 GlobalEye surveillance aircraft, enhancing Canada's Arctic monitoring capabilities. The package is framed as a strategic investment in jobs, technology, and self-reliance. Saab's proposal positions Canada as a global aerospace player, not just a customer. Canada faces intense pressure from the US to choose the F-35. Washington insists the F-35 is essential for NORAD integration and continental defense. US officials warn that picking another jet could force changes in NORAD operations, even hinting at more American control over Canadian airspace. Economic leverage is also in play. Canadian firms benefit from F-35 contracts, but these could be at risk if Canada opts out. The stakes are high. Defying the US could strain defense, trade, and diplomatic ties. Yet, many Canadians value strategic autonomy and the industrial benefits promised by Saab. The government must weigh alliance obligations against national interests. The decision is fraught with geopolitical and economic risk. Some propose a mixed fleet, buying both F-35s and Gripens to balance capability and cost. A smaller number of F-35s would handle high-end missions and alliance commitments. A larger Gripen fleet would cover routine patrols, training, and Arctic operations at lower cost. This approach aims to satisfy both interoperability and sovereignty needs. However, operating 2 fleets adds logistical complexity, requiring separate training, maintenance, and supply chains. The result could be higher costs and operational inefficiencies. Critics warn Canada might end up with the burdens of both systems, mastering neither. The mixed fleet solution is a compromise, attractive in theory, but challenging in practice. Canada's fighter jet decision is about more than military hardware. It's about national identity and strategy. Choosing the F-35 signals unwavering alliance with the US and NATO, prioritizing partnership and advanced capability. Opting for the Gripen asserts strategic independence, economic self-reliance, and operational flexibility. The mixed fleet option seeks balance, but risks complexity and higher costs. Each path has trade-offs: power and partnership, sovereignty and efficiency, or a complicated compromise. The government must decide what matters most: alliances, autonomy, or balance. The choice will shape Canada's defense, industry and foreign policy for decades. There is no perfect answer, only the path that best fits Canada's vision for its future. The world is watching as Canada prepares to define its skies for the next generation.